guys, welcome back to my channel, and we are 2,000 subscribers, guys. 2,000 subscribers. It feels surreal, and I'm super grateful for each and every one of you that have subscribed. So please continue sharing with friends and commenting and liking my videos. But let's get right into this one. Video is going to be like in two parts. In the next part of the video, I'll be talking about how I dealt with debt, and the very first part of the video will be talking about how to bulletproof your business against inflation. And also, I really sympathize with business owners in Nigeria. The inflation is crazy right now, especially for small businesses. So I really sympathize with you guys. This happened to us here in Ghana, I think in late 2021, 2022. So I'll share what I did, and this might work for you. And I think it will work for you if you put in the work, like I will always say. So let's get right into the video, guys. I made the part one of this video, I think over a year ago, or exactly a year ago. I think I made it in March last year. When I just started my YouTube channel, I shared with you guys why my business failed in Ghana, and I got a lot of love, a lot of backlash. I had to even delete some comments on that video. But yes, I made that video with a heavy heart, where I was at as of that time last year, the mistakes I made and all of that. So this is just like a follow-up of that video. Okay, so there are various reasons why my business almost collapsed during the downtime, during the the great inflation that happened in 2022. It was a lot. I got into this state of mind that I have never been into. It felt like I was in a bubble, actually. It felt like everything I was doing wasn't working out. There was one day I brought out my camera. I made a video. I don't know if I should insert it here. It is quite private, but I made this video and I told myself that I was going to go back and look at that video with testimony in my heart and on my lips. So I'll try if I can summon the courage to post that, to insert the clip here. I will, but if not, I will not. Okay, so 2022 was a tough year, but if you want to know like a total breakdown of what happened, why my business almost collapsed in that year, why I closed down some of my businesses in 2022, 2023, I would leave that video in the description box and you can go check it out. But here in this video, I just want to come here and let you guys know what I did, the mistakes I made, and what you can avoid as a business owner. So first things first is, as a business owner, I know we hear this a lot, but I cannot overemphasize on this. Separate your personal money from your business money. Treat your business as a separate entity from you. Like, this is going to help you a whole lot. Separate it. Like, you just have to separate it. So as a small business coach as well, this is what I tell people to do. I do it all the time. But something happened that when my business was suffering a great deal at that moment, my integrity was at stake. I had business partners I have to respond to. I have to, what's the word? Like, report to. Yes, the business is solely mine. My business became quite big and I needed capital injection into it, right? So what now happened was, it got to a point where I started taking my personal money, trying to use it to patch into the business, trying to use it to run the business. You get, because the inflation was, it was quite a lot. I think cedi to dollar was about six or seven cedi to $1, and then it got so high to about, I think the highest it got was 16 or 17 cedis to $1, and then it came down to maybe 14, and then it was on $12, 12 cedis to $1 for the longest time, and I think right now it's about 13 cedis to $1, right? So I was trying to also use my money to push the business and do all of these things. But I forgot that. Not like I forgot, but because my integrity was at stake, like I said, I just thought, oh, what's my personal money? I'm going to get this money back and all of that. Hold on. What's this? Ow. So I felt, yes, the money will always come back and all of that. So I ended up using almost all my savings to run this business, and it felt like I was putting money in. I was using basket to fetch water because it wasn't making sense. Imagine you got something and you want to sell. By the time you finish selling and you want to go back to buy that thing, and plus your profit, your cost price is not even enough to buy the item, not to talk of shipping and all of that. So a lot of money went down the drain. So as a small business owner, try as much as possible to separate your personal money from your business money. Sometimes people will be like, oh, why are you not the person teaching people how to? Yes, at that moment you are like, I was in a state of mind that I was just thinking, oh, this inflation thing is not going to get as high as this. When you go to 10 cities, 11 cities, you understand, you just keep deceiving and in denial, right? That it's not going to get as high as it got to, right? Second thing on this list is I've talked about pricing as well, how to price your product against inflation and all of that. I'll leave the description down below. If you're interested in pricing, you can go watch that video. Learn how to price. Learn basic pricing technique if you're a product-based business or a service-based business. Learn basic pricing technique. It is, I don't know, you just have to. How do you keep running a business when you do not know the exact cost price? You do not know your profit margin. You don't know how to mark up. You don't know any of this thing. You just think, okay, I'll just buy it at one city and I'll sell it at two cities. You will be running at a loss. So try as much as you can to learn, try as much as you can to learn basic pricing methods. It is very, very important. So yeah, during the whole inflation thing, pricing is something that has kept me afloat. If I wasn't pricing well, or if I did not know how to price, I'm sure by now I would have packed up. I would have stopped doing business. So pricing is one thing that also helped me during that period, knowing how to price well, knowing that this thing is not just affecting you, it is also affecting the buyer, and it's also affecting your supply. It is affecting everybody. It's not like it is just you and your business. So do not be scared. If your prices need to increase at a certain time, make sure you increase your price. If your prices, if you have to do like a bundle package to make sure that customer gets more value when they buy from you, do it. But do not say you're not going to review how to price your product. Another thing that kept me afloat, and this part is what I've talked about here or on here all the time, is setting my mind on God. See, it is so easy for the devil to just distract you from your goals. Very easy, extremely easy. You start thinking, oh, this is what I used to do before. Now I'm bringing crumbs. I cannot. You get, it's so easy to get distracted. But trust me, you set your mind and your focus on God. There are a few scriptures I held on to. I held on to those scriptures during this time. So yeah, so if it feels like you're going through a rough patch financially in your business, I know you might think I don't want to involve God in this. God cares about the little things. He cares about the big things. So yes, another thing that really helped me was going into the Word of God to see, right? To see what God is saying about the situation at that time. That was where I learned how to diversify. Yes, I've always had different stream of income, but that moment I knew that it is way more important. It is not just about you importing items. What can you produce where you are? During this time as well, it birthed another business for me called Ladies and Silk, where I make ready to wear silk shirts for corporate ladies. And the business is also doing great and is doing well. And also, this time for me, I also had to review to see which business I had to stop. I had to be very frank with myself. So one of the business I had to stop was the baby wears. I used to sell baby wears, retail and wholesale. So what I did was I stopped the retail. I'm going to go back to it hopefully towards the end of this year or maybe in 2025. I'm not in a hurry, but I had to put an end to the retail part of the baby wears and baby items I used to sell, and then I focused just on the wholesale of it, right? So knowing where your strength lies, and this will help you progress forward. Now, during this period, I was also in debt. I was in a huge debt. Remember in the beginning of the video, I talked about having business partners and all of that, right? So I was in a huge debt because imagine the investment was in dollars. You got investment in dollars in foreign currency that is way stronger than your own currency. How do you deal with it? How do you deal with that? So there's a few mistakes I made when the whole inflation thing started, and it hit my business hard and it drove me into this debt, and I was almost crossing into that depression, deep state of depression, but thank God for Christ. So now, one thing you should do when you're in debt, when you have other people's money in your business, is number one, transparency. And this is one thing that has helped me. God, I cannot really go deep into the debt issue because of some legalities around it. But yes, you have to be transparent with your business partners, and I thank God for that. I thank God I gave me the strength to be transparent. Number two, you have to be truthful. This is where integrity stands. I don't know if you know Tara, if you know me personally, I might not have all the money in the world, I might not have all the beautiful things in the world, but when I give you my word, I like to stand by my word, right? So integrity, standing firm on integrity. And another thing that helped me was, this one is basic. I'm sure if you are dealing with debt, if you might have read this somewhere or seen it somewhere, is what I did was, like, physically I wrote out the amount from the highest to the lowest, and then I started paying off from the lowest. That was what I did. Another thing you should do while you're dealing with debt is basically do not take your health for granted. Eat when you're supposed to eat. You might not have all the money to buy the best food, but eat when you're supposed to eat. Exercise your mind and your body. Don't just say, oh, I'm in debt. What can I do? I can't do anything. Let me sit right. I can't do anything. So I'm just going to wallow in this pain and in this debt. See, you only keep getting deep in it. So try as much as you can. Take care of your body. Take care of your mental health. Take care of what you eat. And before you even want to say you are paying debt, make sure that you're all right where you stay, your environment is neat, you have a roof over your head. That way you can think properly on the next line of action to take. Okay, so you see, not taking care of yourself because you're owing people is a waste of time. The people you're owing, they need you to be alive to be able to pay them, right? So take care of yourself, take care of your mental health, take care of what you put in your body and your skin. This was one part I neglected. So these things that people say because you're dark skin, you don't really take care of yourself, you like, it's so easy. For me, it has never been that way. I kind of like have eczema prone skin. So if I don't moisturize well, it can be really bad. If I don't use the right shower gel, it can be really bad. I shower like twice a day. I use antiseptic. So during that period, I wasn't even thinking about myself. So I wasn't taking care of my skin at all. I wasn't taking care of myself. I would shower like I usually shower like twice or maybe 3 times in a day. I just like to be under the water. But during that time, I think most I was doing was twice a day, sometimes once a day. I would shower. I wasn't moisturizing. I didn't care about the shower gel I was using. I didn't care about the moisturizer I was using. I wasn't doing anything. I was just in this state that I was crying a lot. Yeah, I was crying a lot. But when I was done with all those moments, I now also had something else to take care of, which was my skin. And it was annoying getting to deal with my skin as well. I want to go somewhere. I cannot wear sleeveless. I cannot wear what I like because I also have to deal with that. So it makes no sense. Make sure you take care of yourself, your outer body, what you put in, exercise a lot. If you cannot exercise a lot, take long walks. This is one thing I did that really cleared my head. Next on this list is, don't see yourself like you're too big to do menial jobs. Now, what do I mean by menial jobs? There are stages that have really passed, yes, in my career, in my business. But because I needed like some extra form of income, it's not like I went low. No, because I needed some extra form of income. I started taking graphic designing job. I started taking content creators. Like I started doing all of these things, not only to bring money in, but to also keep my mind busy and to just remind me of my roots. So this might not be the case for you, but you also want to make sure that you diversify. I would put the scripture where it talks about diversification. So you also want to diversify. You also want to increase your source of income. Very, very, very important. Okay, so this video is not scripted. I'm sorry if I'm all over the place. I was about to step out and I thought it was a good idea to come create this video. What else did I do? Try to read. Read something. That was an escape for me. I started reading again. I watch a lot of movies, cartoons. So look for something that is an escape for you. For some people, it might be exercising, it might be swimming, it might be cooking. You might not have money to buy food to cook, so read a lot. Try to read. What else? Spending time with family. So talking to my brothers really helped. The camera stopped rolling, so I don't know where I stopped, but I was about to wrap up the video. Anyways, right now I don't know when this video is gonna go up because there's some kind of internet outage here in Ghana. I think the whole of Africa, if I'm correct. But I'll try as much as I can to edit the video and make sure it goes up as soon as we have internet. Bye guys. Do not forget to subscribe, like, and share with friends.